Hello everybody, this week's topic is first kiss. My first kiss was with a girl. Um, a girl I dated for 3 years in high school. And right near the beginning of that, we were walking home and we stopped on the corner of a sort of, main street, and she leaned in and kissed me. And I was like, oh my god, I'm being kissed. What do I do? What do you do when you're being kissed for the first time? Like, what is the tongue and the teeth? I don't know. Anyways, so I just went with it. And who happened to be driving by? None other than my arch nemesis. No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't that bad. But just this guy that I didn't really get along with. And the next day at school, well, okay, let me correct. He wasn't driving because we were in grade, like, 8, and so he and his mom were driving by, so that's great. That was awesome. And the next day at school, everyone was like, ooh, Chris, and, like, everyone had heard about it, and at first I was, like, mortified. But then I was like, you know what? Actually, I've kissed a girl and none of you haven't, so fuck you! My second kiss, I guess, with another person was with a guy. My first kiss with a guy was... There's two possibilities and I can't remember which, so... I'm just gonna pick one. I think it was the one where I found this gay guy on MySpace and he was like the first gay guy I'd met in person. Yeah, that's right, that's right. It was this guy, and we talked a bit, and then he invited me to his birthday, so my mom drove me out, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally know this guy. Didn't know this guy. And we had a couple drinks, and there was like a lot of girls there, and it just got really kind of like weird, but um, I think as we were leaving, as my mom was coming to pick me up at the end of it, and then we were at the door, and there was like fogged glass, like with patterns on it, and then he sort of kissed me as she was coming up to the door, and I like panicked and went upstairs, and then a couple minutes later went back downstairs, and then went out to my mom, and I was like, oh, I saw you from upstairs. And so that was my first kiss with a guy, I think. And he's a really nice guy, he's a really cool guy, but I think that's when I learned that I didn't feel good doing things like that when I wasn't ready for it, and that's sort of why I am the way I am now, because that's when I first figured it out that, like, I'm not okay to just do things casually. It really sort of affects me, and I thought about it all week, and I was like, oh, was this right? Should this have happened? And most people probably wouldn't have given it a second thought, but anyways, that's my first kiss with a guy and first kiss with a girl, and yeah, this is my story. I almost didn't even post this topic this week because I have so much going on right now in my life that's sort of like taken over my brain space, but this week has calmed down, and so by the time today came, I was like, it's fine. But the rest of the days, my mind has been on other crazy stuff, like finding my foster sister from when I was 5, and my birth mom, and getting punched in the face, but that's a story that I'll save for another time. Okay, bye!